3-on-3 overtime is great, and if you disagree, you're wrong. Now that we've started there, here's the rest of the video. This video is going to be all about a tweet. A couple tweets. Tweets from a person I know, as a matter of fact. His name is Andrew Berkshire. And he tweeted this: 3-on-3 hockey is fun, but just as much of a coin flip as the shootout, and therefore useless in its sole function. Thank you. And then in the response to one of the responses he got, he said, its sole function is to decide games in a way that better represents team strength than shootouts, which I don't think it does. 3-on-3 overtime doesn't represent team strength better than the shootout? And it was at that moment I realized my friend had a problem. No, come here a minute. Here's what the shootout has: a goalie, a shooter, and a shot. 3-on-3 overtime has offense, defense, and the ability to skate backwards! Let's pretend there's a goalie, and this goalie has only ever done the shootout. They've never actually played a real game of hockey. Oh, the opposing team comes in on a 3-on-1, shoots, and the goalie makes a save. And then that goalie goes, sweet, I did my job. Because previously, that goalie lived in a world where there were no such thing as rebounds. In real hockey, in 3-on-3 hockey, you're allowed to do spinny moves and go backwards if you want. You're totally free to do it, but the risk you run is someone might run you over, because there's hits. And if you manage to dodge that hit, there's two other people in your way going, excuse me, I'd prefer it if you didn't score. Which, in the shootout, come right on in. One thing people say is, well, if you don't like the shootout, then what about penalty shots? The shootout is this ridiculous thing that we've just kind of decided decides games. The penalty shot is something you're awarded by an official because of an infraction committed by a player on the other team. You're getting an advantage because of a bad thing the other team did. It's in the name, penalty shot. In the shootout, your coach already does or doesn't have your name written down on a sticky note in their back pocket. Or they just go, you. Or if Dan Bilesma is your coach, a little contest called Mustache Boy. We can get into the preferential argument of what's more exciting, 3-on-3 versus shootout, but the idea that 3-on-3 isn't a better indicator of hockey skill than the shootout is crazy! You can call it pond hockey, you can call it not true hockey, and you know what? You might have a point. Dustin Byfuglien doesn't like it, and I can't say I blame Dustin Byfuglien. But it's better than the stupid shootout.